Hey, how's it going, guys? This is MJ with MJ Learns to Trade. So really exciting video today. It's all about reporting some of the trade results. So I started this channel about 3 weeks ago and have reported 3 trades so far. And because of the strategy that I'm using, it does take anywhere between 1 week to 4 or 6 weeks for the trade to play out. So I'm happy to report that 2 of the positions that I got in have expired today on May 24th, Friday. And as I mentioned, the purpose of this channel is really to hold myself accountable, to keep on learning, to trade, to develop a system, to be able to make consistent income on the stock market. So that's why everything will be reported, and profit, losses, mistakes, successes. So hopefully everybody else can benefit from my experience and learn from my mistakes and also from my successes. That means if you like these type of content and you find value out of what I'm doing, please like and subscribe and share, and that will encourage me to keep on making these videos to so everybody can rise together. And so let's talk about what happened in the 2 trades that has expired. So the first is the Intel trade. So you can click on the link here to check out the video that I made about the trade, what I did and how the trade kind of was structured. And so you can click on the link to do that. So, but the results really is pretty straightforward. It played out exactly as as I planned. So, as long as Intel stays above $44 by May 24th, then then this trade becomes 100% profitable, and that's what happened. It closed at about $44.57. So that means all the premium that I've made of the $100 on the $1,000 capital allocation, it's all profitable right now. So this trade is done. There's nothing else I need to do, and this is a 10% return trade in just 9 days. The next trade, the Tesla trade, that's the one that's been very interesting. So I firmly believe that having successful trade is great, but there's nothing better than having a trade that goes against you, for you to really build up your skills and to really know what you're made of. And that's what this trade has done for me. So first of all, you can click on this link to see the trade that I made, the trade details and everything, just to find out more details on the trade. But it didn't really go my way. I mean, I set the level to be at 210. So basically, if by May 24th, if Tesla stays above $210, then I will be 100% profitable on this trade. And we all know that Tesla has been tanking because, again, the market really doesn't give a shit what I think. So that means all I can do is to make sure that whenever a trade is not going my way, I have a system to make sure I minimize my losses, or to preserve my capital, or even to turn the trade around somehow. Right? It's all about building that system, because it's very important that I don't want to gamble. I don't want to gamble on if the stock price is going to go up or go down, because nobody knows. So I need a system that can help me out if I'm right, and then I can pocket the return, and also to minimize the losses and to preserve my capital should the trade not go my way. So in the long run, if I can win more than I lose, and the money I make is more than the money I have lost, then I am successful, right? So this is what happened with this trade. On May, it started, the Tesla stock price started tanking, and it went to as low as, it closed at $190. So which means that if I had done nothing to this trade, then I stand to lose all of the $1,000 of my capital allocation to this trade. Then of course minus the $90 that I made on this trade. So that would still have been a 90% loss on this trade, which would have been not ideal, right? So the first thing is this trade definitely needs to be adjusted in order for me to not lose that much money on this one single trade. So I've done 2 adjustments to this trade to see if I can preserve the capital, minimize the losses. So whenever I make an adjustment, I have to consider 2 things. Number 1, does this trade still make sense? All right, so that's the first thing I need to do. Does this trade still make sense? So, and then I still firmly believe that Tesla is gonna rebound at some point. So I just need to make sure I minimize my risk and wait for the day that Tesla, bounces back up. So I still believe that. So this trade to me, it still makes sense. Then number 2 is this trade fixable? And definitely, I definitely see that this trade is something that can be fixed. So once I've answered these 2 questions, then I move on to do exactly that. So you'll see that I'm making 2 adjustments here. Adjustment number 1 is really just to bring in more income. All right, I need to bring in more income to offset the losses. So this trade initially was just on the downside, on the put side of the trade. I brought in about $90 on the put spread. So now, since the stock has come down quite a bit, then all I have to do to bring in more income is to put up the call side of the trade, which, as you can see, I did it at the 210 and the 215 level. That's the spread. And then by doing that, I have brought in another $210 on this trade. Okay, this is step number 1. I did that on May 21st. When the Tesla stock price dropped to about $205. That's when I decided to do that. And then this adjustment number 2 is now I got paid $210, so it makes sense for me to use the extra income I've brought in to push the expiration date out by 1 week. So that's the first thing I did, is to push it out by 1 week to May 31st. That's gonna give me another week to see how the market plays out, how the stock prices plays out before I decide if I need to make any further adjustments. So, and then to minimize my risk, I also pushed the strike prices down by $2.50. So now instead of 210 and 205, I push it down to 207.5 and 202.5. So basically, this has increased my chance of making this trade work by a tiny bit. So to do that, as you can see, I've tried to do I want to pay about $1 to do that. So I mean, I don't mind paying out all the extra income I've made just to make this adjustment. But as you can see, it actually got filled at a little bit less than that. So I was able to actually make a little bit of extra income even after paying out $188 to push the trade out by a week and also to drop the strike price down, right? So these are the 2 things that I did. And of course, only time will tell to see if this trade will work out in the end. But for now, it looks like I've made some adjustments to make this trade work in my favor a bit more. So if I can keep on minimizing the risk and keep on doing this, then eventually I'll either break even or this trade will actually become profitable in the end. So in theory, I can keep on repeating this for as long as necessary. And keep in mind, this is only one position, all right? So this $1,000 is tied into this one position to keep on making this adjustment. So as long as I don't lose money on this position, my other positions will still be bringing in income, such as the Intel trade that just expired, which freed up the capital for me to make another trade to bring in more income. So again, in my mind, the most important thing is capital preservation. As long as you can be profitable, bringing income on other positions, then on the position that's not going my way, I just need to make sure I keep on making any adjustment that's required so that I at least don't lose money. All right. So hope you enjoy that and you like the content, and hope you find this to be of value to you. So as I said, I will be making these videos, the exact trades I'm making and also the trade results. I want to be 100% transparent and report everything. So this way there's no bullshit. This way I'm not bullshitting myself. This way I hold myself accountable. And that's how I know I can become immensely successful. So thank you guys, and like and subscribe, and make sure you share this with anybody you know who might be able to benefit from this. Okay, so until next time, see ya.